Welcome to Battle Network Academy. In this video, I'll be covering the Liberation Mission navies from Team Colonel, starting off with Team Colonel's leader, Colonel. Colonel is a null element navi who has 200 HP when you first meet him, 400 HP when you play as him during the Dark Mega arc, and 600 HP at the end of the game. Colonel's charge shot is Screen Divide. Screen Divide hits in a V-shaped pattern 3 panels ahead of Colonel. But if you're standing in the same row as your enemy, the attack will auto-target, dealing 50 null damage at the start of the game and 70 damage at the end. This attack takes 110 frames, or just under 2 seconds to charge. Colonel's special attack is Colonel Cannon. This attack functions the same as Tank Cannon, dealing 80 null damage at the start of the game and 120 at the end. This attack will also push back any enemy that it hits that survives the attack. Now, I really wish that the team leaders had something cooler. Like, Proto Man gets regular Step Sword and Colonel gets regular Tank Cannon. I mean, sure, these attacks are cool and all, but give them something unique, come on. Anyway, next we have Knightman. Knightman is a null element navi who has 400 HP when you first meet him and 700 HP at the end of the game. Knightman's charge shot is Royal Wrecking Ball. Royal Wrecking Ball hits 8 panels surrounding Knightman, dealing 80 null damage when you first meet him, and 120 null damage at the end of the game. This attack has the Guard Pierce attribute, and takes 70 frames, or just over a second to charge. Knightman has a short movement delay while he's in battle, making him feel a little bit more sluggish compared to other navies. Knightman has super armor, so along with moving like a tank, you can also hit like one, and get hit like one too. Knightman's special attack is Kingdom Crusher. Using this attack will send the Wrecking Ball in a straight line down the row you're currently standing in, dealing 80 null damage when you first meet him, and 120 null damage at the end of the game. This attack, like Royal Wrecking Ball, is also guard piercing. Next up is Shadow Man. Shadow Man is a null element navi who has 250 HP when you first meet him, and 600 HP at the end of the game. Shadow Man's charge attack is Ninja Star. With this attack, Shadow Man will jump into the air and throw a shuriken down at the closest enemy. While in the air, Shadow Man is not considered on the field and is able to avoid all attacks. This attack takes 60 frames to charge, or 1 second. Shadow Man has Float Shoes and is able to push back B for anti-damage. Shadow Man's special attack is Split Up. This attack will spawn an additional Shadow Man that uses Longsword directly in front of the closest enemy, dealing 80 null damage when you first meet him and 100 damage at the end of the game. There also doesn't seem to be any action lockout after using this chip, so you're free to move around or attack while the other Shadow Man is on screen. Next we got Tomahawk Man. Tomahawk Man is a wood element navi who has 300 HP when you first meet him and 500 HP at the end of the game. His charge shot is Tomahawk Air Raid? That's a mouthful of an attack name. Anyway, this attack acts in a similar fashion to Boomerang. When using it in the top or bottom row, it will travel along the outside until it reaches a column that has an enemy in it. It will then move up or down to hit them, dealing 60 null damage when you first meet them, and 80 null damage at the end of the game. When you use this attack when you're in the middle row, the Tomahawk will fly forward, hit the first enemy that's in that row, and then move back towards Tomahawk Man. This attack takes 70 frames to charge, or a little over 1 second. Tomahawk Man has super armor, undershirt, and can chip charge non-dimming wood chips for ×2. He also has an attack level of 3. Tomahawk Man's special attack is Tomahawk Swing. This attack covers a 2x3 area in front of Tomahawk Man, dealing 100 wood damage when you first meet him, and 120 wood damage at the end of the game. Next up we got Number Man. Number Man is a null element navi who has 300 HP when you first meet him, and 450 HP at the end of the game. His charge shot is Dice Bomb. This attack will throw a die 3 panels ahead of Number Man that will explode in a 3x3, dealing 10 times the number on the die when you first meet him, and 20 times the number on the die at the end of the game. This attack takes 120 frames to charge, or 2 seconds. The die bomb itself can also be destroyed if it's hit by an attack, so watch where you're throwing it. Also, if you throw the dice bomb directly onto an enemy, it will deal 10 damage when you first meet him, and 20 damage at the end of the game. Number Man's special attack is Number Trap. This will put a trap similar to mine 2 panels away from Number Man, and when an enemy steps on it, a big green thing will drop onto them, dealing 120 null damage when you first meet him, and 140 damage at the end of the game. And finally, we got Toadman. Toadman is an Aqua Element Navi who has 300 HP when you first meet him, and 500 HP at the end of the game. Toadman's charge shot is Frog Smack. This attack, Toadman will pop in front of the closest enemy and whack him, dealing 100 Aqua damage. During this attack, Toadman will pop underwater, even if there aren't sea panels. During the time that he is underwater, he's considered not on the field, similar to Shadow Man. Toadman is able to chip charge non-dimming aqua chips for ×2 damage, and is able to hide while standing on sea panels. Just keep in mind that when you're hiding on a sea panel, you're still able to get hit by elect attacks. Toadman's special attack is Shocking Melody. This attack works in the same way as Toadsoul's charge shot, Shock Song, sending some notes down the battlefield that will home in on your enemy, dealing 80 elect damage and also paralyzing your enemy. And that covers the Liberation Navis. I saw that a couple people wanted me to cover the order points as well, so I'll cover those next. All 13 Navi's abilities in one quick video. It shouldn't be too long. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.